Hello, welcome to N1, Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. Today we are exploring a topic that sparks curiosity and pride: the Igbo communities in Isoko land of Delta State. Are there truly Igbo people living within Isoko territory? What connects them, and how deep do these roots go? Let's find out. Isoko land sits in southern Delta State called Delta South. It is bordered by Urobo, Ndokwa, and Ijo regions. It is rich in oil, culture, and tradition, but beneath that lies a lesser-known history, their identity as Igbo people. Over 10 communities in Isoko trace their ancestry to Igbo migrants who settled generations ago. Trade, intermarriage, and movement across the Niger linked the two groups long before Nigeria became one country. Let's look at a few examples. Igbide in Isoko South local government claims roots from Igbide in Imo State. Igbuku near Abo axis, also founded by settlers before merging Isoko with neighbors. Some smaller villages share Igbo family names, dialects, and cultural symbols as well. In the Delta State Gazette of Traditional Rulers, over 15 communities are listed as Igbo communities but are classified as Isoko. You will still hear Igbo tones in local speech, see familiar masquerades, and notice names like Okoro, Nwoko, and Eze that point to shared origin. Popular names like Uboma are also found in Isoko. Before we go further, here is a short clip from Dimma Arts and Craft featuring an Isoko man confirming the community's Igbo heritage.
From Isoko tribe.
You're from Isoko?
Yes, I'm from Isoko South local government area in Delta State.
In Delta State?
Yeah.
How come I'm seeing you here? Can you tell me more? I need to know more about you visiting this kingdom today.
Okay, well, it's a truth that many people don't even know how we related. Well, the Isoko tribe, Urobo, and the Shekiri, we all are the children of how it happened is this: is from here down to Benin are all Igbos. So we all are the Igbo. But many people argue about this. But when they go and make their research, they will discover what I'm saying today. I keep saying it always. Now, the third son of Eri, called Oba, that is the one who gave birth to Edoziuno. And Edoziuno gave birth to Onitsha and Benin, which Benin they migrated, and Benin crossed over the river Niger to find its greener pasture. That to the Leife. So now we the Isoko people, some part of Isoko come from Benin, while some part of Isoko come from Igbo land, which for example like a village, a community in Isoko land called Igbide. Igbide is from Igbide in Imo State. So even the lower part of Enwe. So like if we continue mentioning, you discover that.
Can you mention more apart from Igbide?
Igbide. Then first of all, let me go into our culture. Everything. In fact, it's no longer a doubt. Nobody doubts it anymore. But most of our people, just because of fear of what happened during the Biafran War, they don't want to accept that we are all one, that we are Igbo. But when you go down to the history, memory lane, you discover that all of us are from there. Not only Anyoma people, not only Igbanke people, Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri, Ijo, which is Izom, all of us, we are all from here. And that is why you see me like this. And I collected the title here.
Where did you find out that you're from here?
Well, it's far back since 2021.
You did your
Already,
research.
I've been making research from when I was in Lagos. I've been making that research. I went to Oyo State. I went to Ile-Ife. I went to the same Benin, Ologbo, and all the rest. Before, from there, they directed me down to this palace. And I've been here with my people since over 3 years now. We've been coming, following in every feast. Even if you can see some videos where our people normally dance every year in this very particular feast.
Okay, when you visited Benin, they told you that people have a link
When
here.
you come to that Igbide side, there are a lot of things to talk about that issue. And when I begin to make my findings, even there is one village at this place, Isoko side. So from there's even a writer from there, which the writer even said it out already, that it's no longer a story that we all are from the East. So I was telling him that, why did you specify the East? Then they were saying that Benin is from Egypt. How did you come from Egypt? Can you analyze it? You understand? So I keep on analyzing it to them, educating them, and also educating my people, even till tomorrow. Though you know it goes with a lot of war argument, and they don't want to, and based on that, the Benin kingdom doesn't want to bow down to this kingdom. That is where the whole thing is. But we all know the truth. Okay, if you want to ask them, ask any Benin person, I keep challenging them every year. Go and make your research and come back. I have done mine. Is there anyone that fall from heaven? You should be able to trace your roots, discover your roots. Thank God that it has become an eye-opener to so many of us. In fact, this year I was so very, very happy with what is happening in Anyoma, and the Igbide people have also come down to this place and every other district. So I see challenging my Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri people, those that are still doubting, those that are still complaining. You don't need to complain. You don't need to doubt. Just take a simple step. Go and make your findings. Where did Benin come from? Is Benin Yoruba? That is the question. Ask yourself that question. Then make your research. Start from there. Is Benin Yoruba? Which of the Oduduwa sons that gave birth to Igbo? Tell me. But I'm telling you now that the third son of Mary, which is Oba, that is the one that gave birth to us. Even the Oni of Ife has also mentioned it when they were at one time living together at the tropical rainforest. The culture of wealth, which Oni of Ife is still observing till today, they are just the custodian, but we, the descendants of Oba, are the owner of that very particular tradition, culture of wealth. So we all are the descendants that we get from, not the same of them.
They beat your chest now.
I am still saying it tomorrow.
What other culture that you people perform that is similar than what we perform here?
Everything we do here we also do it there.
Everything we do here?
Yes. We tie wrappers, the men. Our women tie 2 pieces of wrapper. The same for market days, what are we talking about? Okay, for example, now in Isoko language, when you mention a spoon, Ingaji. Isoko call it Ingaji. So what are we talking about? Like so many things.
Names, when you talk of names like Emeka.
My own name is number one example, my surname. I'm not the one that gave that name to myself. My surname is Obodago.
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 And it still means the same thing in Igbo. Obodago. You can easily say the kingdom of the lion. All generation does not end.
So if I may ask you one question, was it the reason why you started making your finding to know all this?
What drives me for this very making of this my findings is this. Number one, when they are fighting Igbos in the north and in the southwest, they fight us. They seized my dad for when I was in Lagos, hustling as a young man. All because of what? Just because the VIO officer look at me, he said, you can't speak Yoruba very well. And I call my boy who is Yoruba, discuss with him. He said, no, they are going to seize the vehicle. Not that I don't have the papers or anything. No. We started arguing there. He said they must take this vehicle, the bus, to their station. What happened? They said, I'm on Igbo. So that thing got me angry. And I got angry and left that vehicle for them. I said, why? Because even the senior officer, the assistant superintendent, that leads that very particular team, called me and he saw my, asked me to bring my ID card, that is my driver license. Yeah. I bring it to him. He saw it and he was saying, Ajiro and Obodago. He was telling me that all of you are the same. I said no, because I used to think that I was from Yoruba, just like my fathers were saying. So, and I said no, I am not Yoruba, we are Oduduwa. The man now got angry with me. He asked me to go home and first of all, discover where I come from before I will call for the vehicle.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you. So many people knows about what I'm saying. Some people even put it on net. That was about 2018 or 2019. That was when that thing happened. 2019 or so. Thereabouts. I said no. The man refused. Everybody begged him, he refused. He asked me to go back to my village, that he know that there are still reasonable elders, that I should not meet the political elders. That is what he told me. That I supposed to be teaching the young ones the truth, but it's as if I have joined the crew of the foolishness. That was what drive me into spending money looking for where did we really come from. Because when you go to North, we tell you, you are Ayamiri. You go to Yoruba land, Southwest, they will tell you, you are Igbo. Where do we really come from? That was what brought me to that research. And today, by God's grace, over 4 years now, 5 years now, I have really discovered where I come from. And I brought my people down here, and it's no longer a story.
So how did you feel after discovering that this is where you come from?
How will you even feel when you finally discover your father's home? How will you feel? Would you be happy? Can't you see my expression?
I see that you're dressing like, I don't need to say.
Not like, this is my home. You don't own it more than me. No, that is the truth. Yeah. Because I'm the descendant of the third son from here. So you don't own here more than me.
Thank you. There are more to discuss with you, but maybe I don't want to keep you under the sun. So we'll have to sit to discuss more about this, because there's more to this. There's more to this. So thank you very much. Thank you for coming to celebrate. Thank you for coming, for inviting me, because it's assumed you are inviting me. Because looking at the whole thing, you're the one invited. You're welcome. Thank you very nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Wow, all the way from Isoko, all the way from Isoko South to come and not to come and all the way from Isoko South, you discover that this is where you come from and you came to recognize. Since then, you have been visiting, you have been coming with your people to celebrate with your people here. That this is your home.
Partake in everything.
Partake in every cultural activity, everything.
Yes.
Wow.
Over 4 years.
Over 4 years now.
Yes.
We're happy to have you. So thank you very much.
Thank you so
much. Let's go. Thank you.
Now that clip says it all. These are real voices from the ground and prove that oral history and lived experiences often preserve what books often overlook. Over time, these Igbo families blended into Isoko life. They spoke the language, joined in festivals, and became part of the Isoko social fabric. Yet, some customs remain distinctly Igbo. That blend created something unique, a shared identity where both heritages coexist. It's a reminder that culture isn't static, it evolves and it adapts. This story matters because it challenges the idea of fixed ethnic borders. It shows how migration and human connection and interaction built Delta's cultural map. It also teaches unity, that behind our different names and dialects lies a shared human story of movement and belonging. So, next time you hear an Isoko song with an Igbo rhythm or a name that sounds familiar, remember, these are echoes of history. Thank you for tuning in to Enwane Cultural Forum. If you enjoyed watching this video, kindly subscribe, share, and leave your comment down below. Also look through our channel. You will find many other interesting videos to watch. Thank you and see you in our next video. Bye.